Have you noticed how one football match can completely change the way an entire season is remembered? Because that's exactly what this FA Cup final feels like. Not just another final, but a match that could completely change the story for both Chelsea and Manchester City. This Saturday at Wembley Stadium, with kickoff set for 3 p.m. UK time, Chelsea and Manchester City step into one of the biggest games of their season. And honestly, the pressure on both teams feels completely different. For Manchester City, this is about control, this is about momentum, and possibly, this is about making sure the season still ends with another major trophy. Because even though City are still chasing Arsenal in the Premier League title race, nothing is guaranteed yet. Arsenal are still top of the table, and with only a few games left in the season, Pep Guardiola knows there's still a possibility City could miss out on the league title, which is exactly why this FA Cup final suddenly matters even more. Because Manchester City are not built to finish seasons quietly. Not with Pep Guardiola, not with this squad, not after another season where expectations were so high. And that's what makes City dangerous going into this final. They know how to handle pressure. They know how to win finals. And in games like this, experience matters. A lot. But honestly, the pressure on Chelsea might actually be bigger. Because for Chelsea, this final feels personal. This season has been frustrating. Very frustrating. There have been moments where Chelsea looked dangerous, and other moments where everything looked completely broken again. One week they look like a serious football team. The next week they struggle for consistency again. And that unpredictability is exactly why so many Chelsea fans have found this season difficult to trust. But football changes quickly, and one final can suddenly change the entire feeling around a club. Because if Chelsea win this FA Cup, everything changes. Suddenly there's a trophy. Suddenly the season feels different. And most importantly, Chelsea would qualify for the Europa League next season through the FA Cup. And after the kind of season Chelsea have had, that becomes massive. Because missing European football completely would raise serious questions again. About the squad, about the direction of the club, and about whether real progress is actually being made. So this final carries pressure from every angle. Manchester City are trying to continue their dominance. Chelsea are trying to save their season. Pep Guardiola wants another trophy. Chelsea want belief again. And mentally, this game becomes even more interesting when you remember that Manchester City already beat Chelsea 3-0 recently in the league. So psychologically, Chelsea already know how difficult this challenge is going to be. Now they have to prove they can compete with Manchester City when the pressure is highest. Not across an entire season, not over multiple matches, but over 90 minutes at Wembley. And finals are strange like that. Sometimes form disappears. Sometimes pressure changes everything. One mistake changes everything. One goal changes everything. Because on paper, Manchester City probably still look like favorites. More experience, more consistency, more control. But cup finals don't always follow logic. And Chelsea know this might be their biggest opportunity to completely change the feeling around their season. So now the question becomes, can Chelsea shock Manchester City and save their season with one trophy? Or will City once again prove why they've dominated English football for so many years? Because by the end of this final, one team will be celebrating at Wembley, and the other will be left wondering what their season could have been.